kind and thoughtful daughter. I have known Erika for 12 years. We've been dorm mates, neighbors, almost roommates, and most of all, best friends. Whether we're taking 3 hours to cook a Rachel Ray 30-minute meal, watching Sex and the City marathons, or baking cupcakes, we kept each other laughing through it all. We've been through ups and downs together, but we've always had each other. I've always felt incredibly blessed and grateful to have Erika in my life. Now Erika has found her match in Leo. I have never seen her happier than when she is with him. The two of them complement and balance each other. As fate would have it, Erika moved to Boston just as I was getting to know Leo at MIT. For those of you who are familiar with MIT, you might have heard the saying about the chances of finding a man at MIT. Saying goes, the odds are good, but the goods are odd. But it soon became clear, however, that Leo was no typical MIT guy. He has social skills, a sense of humor, and good hygiene. Clearly an excellent catch. Yeah, an excellent catch. So, as I got to know him for the sweet, funny person he is, I realized he just might be good enough for my wonderful friend Erika. Erika's calm and soothing nature allayed Leo's first date jitters. I never could have guessed that their first date at my house would have brought us all to this moment, but I'm so glad it did. Some things are truly just destined to be. I am so happy to be here as they take this next step of their journey together. As a wise 68-year veteran of marriage once told me, to stay happily married, you need to take the good with the bad. So, to help you focus on all the good times that will come your way, and there will be millions, I encourage you to start and end each day with a kiss, and to tell each other 3 reasons each day why you're grateful each other is in your life. My husband and I do this on a daily basis, and it makes for a happy marriage. Could you all raise your glasses to Leo and Erika, wishing you a lifetime of health, gratitude, happiness, and love.
There's no chance that actually
And at this time, we're passing the
Me, she was reminding me what it's like to be married. Slap one.
Hi everybody, thanks for coming tonight. Kathy started hers with "Thank you everyone." I start mine with a quote from Mike Shigori, so a little bit of we're close. I tried to memorize this speech and I screwed it up about 1,000 times, so I'm just going to read it off the paper. It makes it easier for me. When I first started mapping out this speech, I turned to my friends that are at both of these tables and I asked for their wisdom, and their overwhelming response was very clear. And I think that Mike put it best when he said, "Keep it short, people want to drink and don't want to listen to you." With that in mind, I guess here goes nothing. I have known Leo for my entire life, literally. Growing up, spending summers at Eastman with so many other guys in this room is something that's shaped our lives in ways that words cannot describe. Leo's an amazing guy. Outside of being freakishly smart, he's freakishly smart. This guy is one of the most sincere, honest, and loyal friends that I've ever known. It is literally an honor for me to be standing up here in front of you today. Together with the rest of the Eastman guys and his Harvard friends, we have more fun stories in the last 15 years than a typical group of guys has in a lifetime. I had a big group of friends in high school. I talked to one person from high school. I had a big group of friends in college. I talked to one kid from college. But these Eastman guys, and Leo at the head of the pack, will be my friends forever. This group of people from Eastman is unlike any other group of people I've ever known. We're all extremely different, but yet so similar in so many different ways. Our friendships, and mine in particular with Leo, has always centered around 3 basic concepts. Concept number 1, the Red Sox are holier than big bucks. Concept number 2, most of the events in our lives up until this point can be compared to one episode of Seinfeld. And concept number 3 is that every night that we've spent together and will continue to spend together will produce at least one amazing story. Live by these rules forever. I think it's important to note at this time that, and I'm sure you're getting nervous, that none of the stories that we've amassed I'm going to talk about today. I'm certainly not going to talk about the time that Leo went ballistic after not getting any water when we both biked the 20 miles to Permore. I'm definitely not going to talk about the time that Leo refused to pick any more flowers because he said that wasn't a child's job. I'm not going to talk about the time that Leo slept in the trunk of a tree in Montreal, and not about the time when we went to Worcester, and most definitely not the time when Leo needed to rebuild his father's leisure chair at Eastman, one bent nail at a time. Your dad's wondering what happened to the chair. No, I'm not going to talk about a single one of these. Okay, that's enough gushing about Eastman. Let's talk about barbecues. I have probably been to 1,000 barbecues with Leo, dating back to our doubles team tennis play in the early 90s. Literally probably 1,000. Burgers and hot dogs were always staples. Rice pilaf was known to make an appearance time and again. And on the rare occasion we had stew beef, which is very tender if you haven't had it. One day, 3 summers ago, Leo called me and invited me to his house at Cambridge, and I accepted as I always had, and my wife Alicia and I went down to Leo's apartment. When I arrived at the apartment, I walked through the door and I knew something was very different. There were bottles of beer, not cans, steak tips, not burgers, and chicken, not hot dogs. And more barbecue-type salads than any single guy should ever serve. And all of this was topped off with Leo greeting me at the door and explaining to me that I just absolutely must try his fruit salad. Something was very different. Leo had on khakis and a dress shirt, and I was surrounded by a feast fit for a king. The something different was Erika. That was the first day that I met Erika, and she's just as sweet and accepting of Leo's quirky ways and big part today as she was that day 3 years ago. It is almost as if Leo and Erika were made for each other. They like the same things, and I have in parentheses for the most part, find humor in the same jokes, and never get sick of spending time with each other. I know this personally because since Leo fell in love, you cannot get him on the telephone. It's impossible. In Erika, Leo has found a soulmate and a woman that he can happily spend the rest of his life growing old with. I could not be happier for these two, and I'm thrilled that they found true love. It is interesting. Some people believe that there is only one person for each of us, and others simply believe that that isn't true. Frankly, I think it's very hard to believe anything different when you see the two of them together. Without going overboard on the mush, as my wife would say, Leo means the world to me. He's one of my best friends in the whole world, and is a guy that I know, no matter what happens, and where life takes us, will be there 60 years from now, ragging on me about how my mom used to dress me when I was growing up. I am thrilled that he found the woman of his dreams, and wish them the utmost luck in their life that starts together. Please raise your glasses to Erika and Leo. Congratulations, I love you. Salud.
Woo! Salud! Yes, sir.
Well, we want you all to sit back and enjoy the great food that's prepared for you.